Hey guys, Suburban Home Nut here, and today we're going to be talking about our fall lawn care. Now, this is mainly for warm season grass, but cool season grass can also use these tips. Just do it a little bit earlier. Now, our St. Augustine grass is still growing even though it's mid-November. Where I am in Florida, the grass doesn't go dormant, so I'm on call all year. So let's talk about putting down fungicides. Why we do it, when to do it, and what products we can use. Now, a fungicide is just that. It's to prevent and cure fungus, especially this time of year when it can get really bad. For St. Augustine, it's really susceptible to brown spot, gray spot, and you may have heard about rhizoctonia. These are fungus, and that's why St. Augustine is sometimes called St. Fungustine. So our defensive strategy is going to be this. So as you can see, I mean, it looks pretty good, but this is what we're talking about. Hopefully you can see that. These little brown spots right here. Now the time to put a fungicide down is right now, as we're going through the transition from warmer to cooler weather. Right now it's about 60 degrees and we're still cooling off. But the thing about fungus is it can really happen at any time of the year. It's most prominent when the grass is shaded and has excessive moisture. And as you come around here, we can see this is kind of an area that I need to keep an eye on. It doesn't get much sun, and as you can see, it's a bit thinner compared to the rest of the lawn. We come down here, we can see it's just a little thinner than what I have. You see that area gets a really good amount of sun and water, and because this doesn't get a lot of sun, the water tends to pool around here, so really need to keep an eye on this. So what we have going on is right here. I'm using BioAdvanced Fungus Control for lawns. I did another video about Scott's Disease X, and I'll put a link to that in the box below and also right up there. Now the thing about it is I like to switch it up from BioAdvanced to Scott's. Now both are great, and the important thing to remember is that they have different active chemicals. Now I'm hoping you can see this right here, but the BioAdvanced uses what's called propiconazole, and the Scott's uses another great chemical. It's called azoxystrobin. And what I do is, unfortunately I threw away the Scott's bag, but what I do is I switch these up. I alternate between the two. 1 month I'm going to use the Scott's, and then the next month I'm going to use the BioAdvanced. Now the reasoning is I don't want the grass or fungus to become resistant to one. I want to keep it guessing. And so this way I'm hitting it from both angles, from different angles, and using the fungicides that can do the job. Both the Scott's and the BioAdvanced fungicides, they last for about 30 days right here. It says protects up to 1 month. So if your lawn is the type that gets fungus, consistently putting down something like this, an effective fungicide is really something to consider. Bag weighs about 10 pounds. And it says it covers 5,000 square feet. I have about 4,500 square feet, so I'm just going to use this entire bag. I'm not going to worry about that extra 500 square feet. Put it in and see what we got. And as always, we want to read the directions on the label. It'll tell you how much to put down, what the curative rate is, what the preventative rate is, and also the all-important spreader settings. Now what I'm using is a Scott's Turf Builder EdgeGuard DLX. Hopefully you can see that. The Scott's Deluxe EdgeGuard, the setting is at 4.5. And for the preventative rate, I should put down about 3.5 pounds per 1,000 square feet. And after I put it in the spreader, you can see it's fairly smaller, so we're going to use a smaller setting on the spreader. Now see if we compare it to fertilizer. This is my Sunnyland 1608 fertilizer. We can see how big that is compared to, oh, no, get back in there. Compared to this. This is almost like coffee grounds. A little powdery as well. So this is why we don't want to use a larger spreading. For this, it calls for a spreader setting of about, 7, 8, maybe even 9. But that's why we want to go around 4 to 4.5 for this one, because if we do 7 or 8, like we do for the fertilizer on the fungicide, we're gonna go through this within 2,000 square feet. All right, it's on 5.5 right now. We're gonna put that down to, let's say 4. Let's say I'm gonna do 4.25. Last time that I did this, I started to run out just a little too soon. All right, here we are, guys. I'm not gonna kill you with a really long video, so I'm just gonna do, this little area right here. It's about 1,500 square feet up there, and right around here. It's about 1,500 square feet. I'm going to do a trim pass first and then do my thing, going back and forth. Alright, it's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. Let's take a look at this. It gets a little dirty. This stuff is kind of powdery. You want to try to make sure that you don't do this when it's windy. 4,500 square feet, that's all I have left over. There you go. Alright, we got it. My job is done. We want to water this in with about 1/4 to at least 1/2 inch of water to get that stuff activated. And hopefully this helps you out. Let me know. Like, subscribe, and comment, and share. I always appreciate it.